Call. Now we jump into the trenches, and we are going to start off with everyone's favorite stock, Apple.
Yes, Apple has been a leading indicator. It's been something I've been watching very closely and trading throughout this volatility. Right now, it is still holding up best. It held the 50-day. It's trying to hold an upper level consolidation. If it's not going to hold this area, you better watch out, and that means this market is not going to hold the upper end of the range. So take a quick look at Apple. You'll see this was the 50-day moving average in prior pivot area. Had a nice bounce back right to where we broke down from. So this was a great area to take some profits, considering there would be some nice resistance. So now, question is, can it hold higher? Can it hold this 375? I'm going to be watching 375 today to see if it holds this. If it doesn't, that means this market's going to continue to roll over, and maybe it wants to get down to the 50-day again, which is all the way here at 360.
Let's move on to the Chinese Google, Baidu.
Yes, Baidu, we had the same type of strategy earlier in the week. It bounced well into resistance, and then that CCTV story came out, and it's been under a lot of pressure. So if you take a quick look here on Baidu, you will see, we talked about it in morning call. We outlined that it was coming back to resistance. Same type of situation as Apple. Came back into where it broke down from, and now look where it is. It headed a lot lower. It tried to reverse yesterday. So I'm going to look here to see if I could potentially buy it for cash flow versus 132 in this down tape, because it was also up after hours. So I'm going to take a look here. For the trader, I think you trade it versus that low, see if there's any relative strength here in Baidu. But overall, it's a very dangerous sector to be in. So as an investor, I would back off.
Moving along to Netflix, the stock isn't performing as well as it normally has. And you would think in this economy where people are spending less money, they're going out a little bit less than they used to, it would outperform.
Well, Netflix has been a go-to stock for the past few years. And then recently, we like to look at the composure of certain stocks during a bounce. It has not acted well at all, giving us some signs not to be overly bullish. It came back up to this prior resistance area, okay, and then just re-rolled over. This was actually, didn't even get to this one, came to where it broke down from, and this one seems like it's already closer to those lows where so the other ones still have some room. So underneath 228, you have this, you have the 200-day again. If it were to break this 222, this could be in trouble. I would stay away, and traders might even look to get short this.
And finally, Amazon. Usually there's always a story about Amazon. It's been very, very quiet. Are we consolidating for a move either way?
Right now, Amazon has been a little difficult to handle. It hasn't bounced at all, really, during this entire 100-handle move up. So it could trigger lower. So that's something I'm going to watch for, for composure. This was where it broke down from, actually two levels. High level momentum, breakdown. This was your line in the sand. Hopefully you had your stops and you got out of your long. Now it's consolidating down here with no real bounce. If Amazon starts breaking below 190 to 193, you could see a move down to the 200-day moving average down to 185. So be careful here. Some guys might try and even short this breakdown.